Well, that didn't work at all. My entire goal was to go out to the mountains. I went to the mountains to do a review on this Militado ML08 field watch, which is just absolutely amazing. $85 for a full stainless steel constructed watch, double dome sapphire crystal, just absolutely amazing. 100 meters of water resistance, and to test out this newer sound system for a mic, like a lavalier mic that was wireless. And it was so windy that I spent my entire, probably 2 hours, trudging around in wet snow just to come back here and do the review. So, the Militado ML08, an amazing field watch, and why you should buy one. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random, mostly watch reviews with some random stuff sprinkled in between. I am back here in the studio. I am sorry to say that I just wasted half of my day trying to do a review on this watch, so I will do the review here in the studio. I really love to get out in the field when doing field watch reviews just because I want to give you guys something different. But why am I so excited about this Militado $85 on their website, not even on AliExpress, on their website, $85. Why am I so excited? Now, before we get really into the details of the watch, it is 38 millimeters in diameter. It's just at about 10 millimeters thick, so that thing is absolutely perfect on the wrist. And it does have a VH31 Mecha Quartz movement inside of it, so it does kind of have a presence of a mechanical watch, but it's a quartz, but it ticks at 5 ticks a second, that second hand. There are some things that you have to understand about this watch right off the bat. One, the quality control is not perfect, but you're not buying an $85 watch for the best quality control. This is not a Grand Seiko. The hands are cut roughly. The finishing on the case is not perfect, but damn, do they offer a lot of bang for buck for this watch. So, as always, the details first, then my opinions at the very end. Now, this watch comes in at 38 millimeters in diameter, just over 10 millimeters thick, 10.3 millimeters thick. A lug-to-lug or overall footprint of this watch is just under 45 millimeters, and the lug width or the strap width is going to be 20 millimeters. Now, this is a solid 316L stainless steel case, a solid stainless steel bracelet that tapers from 20 millimeters to 16 millimeters down to a proper milled clasp. It's a double pusher with Militado etched on the clasp. This thing has plenty of micro adjustments. In fact, 5 different adjustments for the micro adjustments, and this is on a very comfortable bracelet. On the back, it has a screw-down case back, and it does have a screw-down crown, and this thing offers 100 meters of water resistance. So it is, to me, a proper field watch, because you should have at least 50 to 100 meters of water resistance if this is going to be out in the field, because I could be going up the mountain, fall down the cliff, roll through the bush, and into a river, and I need this thing to be waterproof for survival. Now, on the outside covering, this one specifically is the vintage ML08. I love the look of the vintage dial. It has a matte black dial with almost like a custard cream lume for the indices and the lume that fills the hands. Again, these are rough cut hands, but I think it's done quite nicely. Now, covering that dial is a piece of double domed sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside. This is one of those things where when watch companies don't even offer a sapphire crystal, this is $85 and it has a double domed piece of sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside, which is great at $85. Inside, like I said, is a VH31 quartz movement. It does have a ticking second hand that ticks at 5 ticks a second. So it has the quartz reliability of never having to set it for probably 2 to 3 years without changing the battery, but it does have a smoother sweep of that second hand. When I zoom in close, you can see that those hands, like I said in the beginning of the video, are rough cut. They are not polished very well. They're not finished very well, but that's not the point of this watch. This watch is a bare bones, time only field watch, which is exactly what a field watch is. A field watch is a durable, no nonsense, I can toss it in the bag or toss it on my wrist, and it's reliable regardless of where I am in the world. I don't need the highest polished hands. I don't need the best quality of finishing. What I need is something that's going to do the job. And that's where this really excels, especially for the average everyday person. This excels because everybody watching this video can afford an $85 quartz with a ticking second hand field watch that really does hold up and really does speak durability. When you look at a solid stainless steel case, a solid bracelet, a durable quartz movement, the VH31 movement, a double dome sapphire crystal, and 100 meters of water resistance with a screw down crown and screw down case back. I'm sorry, but even if you don't want to wear this watch as a primary watch, the military taught me one thing. Well, they taught me a lot of things. They taught me how to shoot over 1,400 meters, which a lot of people don't know how to do. And they taught me that 1 is none, and 2 is 1, and 3 you might as well have in your bag. And that's because if something's going to break, especially out in the field, you want to have a backup. You always want to have a backup. So even if this watch is not your primary, $85 is not enough to break the bank, but you can toss it in your bag, in your go bag, as a watch that is durable and reliable, even as a second. So what do you have to lose? Nothing. On my 7¼ inch wrist, you can see that this thing in the field slips underneath the cuff of my shirt extremely easily. Again, this thing is only 38 millimeters, so for me, that is a perfect size watch for any medium-sized wrist. That's 6.5 to 7.5, which is the average size wrist. 38 millimeters is a perfect size. 45 millimeters and under for the lug-to-lug means this thing wears amazing and the bracelet drapes over the wrist very nicely. Also, with that double-domed sapphire crystal, it's still at 10 millimeters tall, and this thing, again, slides underneath the cuff, no problem, extremely comfortable. Now, the only thing that you have to complain about when it comes to this watch, outside of the quality control and it not being absolutely finished perfectly, is the fact that yes, it does have 5 levels of micro adjustment, but you can't do it on the fly. You need something like a paper clip, which a lot of people carry in their bags, maybe if they're going to the office, but a lot of people don't. So what I would recommend doing is a lot of people, and I didn't know this until I started talking to people, actually have one of those iPhone hole clip things that they use to take out SD cards and stuff like that. Carry one of those in your bags, or just carry a paper clip in your bag, and that's big enough to adjust this bracelet on the fly. Again, the only complaint I have is the quality control is not great, but it's $85 from their own website, which means you can find it cheaper on places like AliExpress. I will leave the links down below, and I'm sorry, but you just can't beat the price and the look of this watch. I think it looks amazing. I love the vintage look of this watch. In fact, even the rough cut hands and quality control issues gives more credence to the look of the vintage aesthetic, in my opinion. Now, what do you guys think about this watch? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Really don't care either way, but what I would love to do is hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. If you're here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help the channel. It allows these watch companies to keep sending me these watches so I can show you great deals on the market that nobody else will. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.